Okay, so we're now in the vehicle, in the enforcement vehicle, and I'm in the back seat looking at a monitor, and it has two screens. So what are we looking at on the right hand of the screen there?
On the right hand of the screen here, we've got a map of where we are. Currently we're on James Street, and it shows our exact location, and on the map it has all the traffic restrictions on the map too, like WL lines, pedestrian crossings, bus lanes. And so when you're driving along, then when you go past the restriction, if it sees a car there, the car knows that there's another vehicle in contravention.
Okay, so how does that work then with the screen we see here on the left?
The screen here on the left then records any footage, and then we hit the timestamp then if we see a car in footage, and then that will record what we're seeing. And then that'll create evidence back of a vehicle in contravention.
Right, okay. So this is using the vehicle in unattended mode, which basically means that the vehicle itself picks up the contraventions as you drive past. It's then sent to a central memory, which then can be passed through to a computer to issue tickets. As we move past, there's two cars here on our left. These cars are parked on zigzags, and therefore the car has picked up those contraventions. So tell me, what are we actually going to mainly use this car for?
What we're going to use the car for is the enforcement of school key clearways, so no vehicles are stopping on them, pedestrian crossings, and bus stops and bus lanes.
Okay, so parking on double yellow lines is another issue, but I believe that we won't be pursuing that because of...
Basically, when cars are parked on WL lines, you're allowed to do certain things like load and unload. So an observation period has to be taken, and the car can't take the observation and then, sit there for 5 minutes. So, or drive round and then come back and the vehicle's still there, an issue. So that'll still be done. That'll be done by the officers and not by the vehicle.
Okay, but there are future plans to use it for enforcement of pay and display, has been mentioned, and also residential areas where commuters are using residential spots while these people are at work. So I assume then as technology moves forward, the car has future abilities to focus on these areas?
Yeah, the plan is moving forward is is to have the information from pay and display tickets and resident permits input into the car, and then so when a car is driving down through the areas of pay and display areas or resident permit area, it will know which vehicles will have permits or pay and display tickets, and if a vehicle is not registered to have one, then an officer will then get out and then observe the vehicle and then issue a penalty charge notice if needed.
Excellent. So it just improves the efficiency of the workforce?
Yeah, definitely. It stops the officer having to check every single car, manually looking on dashboards and side windows for resident permit bays or pay and display tickets. And quite often as well, resident permits end up upside down. And then, so it just improves the efficiency. So the officers don't have to check this, the car will check this. And then a manual check will be carried out by an officer to ensure that the information is correct and there is no pay and display ticket or a resident permit before issuing a penalty charge notice.
Excellent. So also you can use this vehicle in attended mode, and the bleep that you've just heard is an offence that's been caused, and obviously the vehicle recording that. Using it as unattended, you can see here the joystick. So this joystick actually controls the central camera on the top of the roof and allows the cameras to obviously be turned around either side of the road to pick up offences on either side. So either the car has two options. You have it unattended, obviously, as we've described there with the monitor. The car picks up specific breaches, or literally the person in the passenger seat would use this joystick to control the camera and obviously move around and pick up the offences as you drive by. So this is Cardiff Council's enforcement camera, which is looking to enforce the principles of the highway code and will be coming to a street near you.